For whoever just joined, welcome. This is Federica, part of the Docsity team, and I will be your host for today's webinar. Today we are connected with HKBU School of Business, and I'd like to thank our speaker. I'd like to connect our students connected today. They will be able to give you an overview of their journey at HKBU School of Business. Each of them has graduated from a different program, so it's actually great because you can hear different stories, and they also come from different countries. I'd also like to thank the Professor Prendergast, who will be here to give us an overview of the programs, and also connected behind the scene, there'll be HKBU staff member that'll be able to answer any sort of question that you might have more from the admission part. Let's start. So let me just very quickly introduce you our speakers. So today you will hear the testimonial from Bella. She's coming from Indonesia, and she graduated in 2020-2021 in Masters in Human Resources Management. So she will tell us more about her experience. And then we also hear the story of Peter from Belgium. Is currently working at the PwC, and he graduated a master's in finance. And Paula from Germany, she's a junior account manager, and she graduated, I guess, last year from Master of Science in Business Management. So, and then the professor will give us an overview. I'd like to start by sharing you a very nice video of Bella. So before leaving her the floor, I'm just going to share a very quick testimonial from her, and then we'll resume live on the video, and then we'll hear her story. For any question that you might have, drop them into the Q&A box, and we will be able to answer them at the end of the presentation. So let me share this video with you, and then we'll resume back live to listen to Bella's story. Perfect.
Hi, my name is Bella Indah Sanusi. I'm from Indonesia, and I studied a Master of Human Resources Management. Before coming to Hong Kong, I have been working in sales for over 3 years. When I came across HKBU while scrolling through social media, it seemed like it was perfect for me. An opportunity to study in the heart of Asia and to take steps towards my dream career, all facilitated by a triple accredited institution. It wasn't just the program itself that taught transferable workplace skills, but outside of the classroom, I immersed myself at the HKBU Toastmasters Club. To be a strong understanding bridge between people and organizations, and to command the stage, is what I needed to learn to build on the skill set needed for my career. It truly gave me the confidence to start walking in the right direction. That's my story in a snapshot. Let's start yours.
Great. So thank you so much, Bella, for sharing your journey. And now I'll leave you the floor so you can also share your experience with our participant today. And any question that you guys might have for Bella or our other speakers, just drop them into the Q&A box and we'll answer them shortly. Bella, I leave you the floor.
Hi, thank you, Federica. Can you see my screen well?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you once again. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you. My name is Bella, and I'm from Indonesia. So I studied a Master in Human Resources Management at the HKBU School of Business. And I still believe until today that it's one of the best decisions that I've made in my life. So just to share you a brief introduction about myself, I studied at HKBU in 2020-2021. So it was a one-year program, and it all started in 2020 during the COVID pandemic. So at that time, I found the International Postgraduate Scholarship Program, which I was very privileged to be able to join and take part in. But at that time, it was COVID, so my journey started with a 14 days quarantine in Hong Kong. It was a very crazy time, but I'm glad I made it. And if you see my screen right now, you can see my tiny apartment as well in Hong Kong. So that's where I started my journey. If you know, Hong Kong is one of the, you're going to see how lifestyle can be in Hong Kong, but you'll get to see one of the tiniest apartments in Hong Kong. So that's how I started my journey at HKBU. So moving forward from the first journey, I joined the MHRM program where I really benefited a lot. So I met the professors. The professors themselves are very professional in the field. So, and they are practitioners in the field themselves. And all of my classmates as well, they are practitioners in the HR field. So I benefited a lot from the classroom sharing. I believe that it's not just theoretical knowledge that I've gained, but also practical experience. But not only from my classroom. I think
Bella, we cannot hear you at the moment. Let me just see if Bella's connection is actually back. These are the beauty of the live event. Let's see.
cases. So there's a lot of cases here. There's a lot of competitions, a lot of extracurricular activities that can help you elevate your skills. But because of this, I found my passion in public speaking, which led me to my career today, which is I'm a trainer. So once I graduated, I easily get a job in Hong Kong as a software consultant. It's called Odoo, so it's a Belgium company, but it's an international company based in Hong Kong. That's my first job. Studying in Hong Kong will allow you to get an IANG visa if you're not aware of it yet. So it's a visa that allows you to easily stay and find a job in Hong Kong. That visa allows me to get my first job, which is as a business consultant at Odoo. And then I moved on to truly pursue my passion in HR, which is as a trainer. And I'm still currently a senior trainer at Milwaukee Tool Asia. And I started my journey back in Hong Kong. I'm now in Bangkok, Thailand with the same company. They relocated me with a wonderful package from Hong Kong. So all of this is only possible because of my degree and because of my experience with HKBU for sure. I wouldn't have imagined that I would be where I am today without my experience at HKBU. So talking about life in Hong Kong, I have a lot of dim sums, a lot of hot pots, a lot of hiking, traveling to the beach. So it's not just about the studying part, but the social life is amazing as well. So it was a very nice experience. I met a lot of friends from different parts of the world, from Germany, Thailand, UK. I mean, it's a very diverse group of people. It's nice experience for me for sure. So it may be loud where I am right now because I'm having a great time. It's Friday night. But I'm very happy to answer all your questions afterwards without any hesitation, and within a heartbeat. I will tell you that I had a great experience with HKBU, and I would not be where I am today without this opportunity. So I'll pass the floor back to Federica, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat box. I'll be more than happy to get back to you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bella. Thank you so much, Bella, for sharing your experience with us. It's very enlightening, and it's great to hear that, I mean, as you said, without HKBU, probably all of this wouldn't be possible. So it's actually great for all of the students that are wondering, you know, what's next in their career, like how to get the dream job, you know, finding the right institution could definitely the first steps toward that job. So thank you so much, Bella. And has mentioned she'll be available for any sort of question that you might have. So drop them into the Q&A box. I can see that some of you are already starting to ask questions, which is great. So back to our presentation at the beginning, we mentioned that we have the pleasure to have 3 students. I now leave the floor to Peter, that is going to share his experience about the master they graduated with and how this helped him in his current position. So Peter, I'm just going to share you, leave you the floor. And again, for any sort of question, drop them into the Q&A box. I think, Bella, you can, we still can see your screen. So perfect, ready. Peter, floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Federica. And thank you, Bella, for sharing. So can everybody see my presentation?
Not at the moment, not yet.
How about now?
No.
You actually need to pick share. I've happened to me as well before.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes, perfect. All good.
Great. Okay. Hi, everybody. My name's Peter, and today I'll be sharing a bit about my study journey at HKBU. So I'll start off with introducing myself a bit, and why I chose HKBU and why Hong Kong more specifically. Then I'll elaborate a bit on my study journey and then how's life at HKBU and the further career prospects. I tried to include some fun pictures in my presentation. Here you can see myself on top of Suicide Cliff, if I remember correctly, with amazing views of Hong Kong, but more on that later. Yeah. So about me, I'm originally from Brussels, Belgium, and I'm 27 years old right now. And I started in Belgium with a bachelor in applied economic sciences at the Free University of Brussels, upon which I also did a master's in business information management. After that, I was lucky enough to join HKBU for a master in fintech and financial analytics. That was in 2022. And right now I'm employed at PwC Belgium as a technology consultant. I'm sorry, oh yeah, here we go. So you might ask yourself, oh wait, this is not a good slide. I'm sorry. Yeah, here we go. No. It was a good slide, my apologies. So you might ask yourself, why did somebody from Brussels who already has a master go all the way back to Hong Kong in order to pursue a second degree? So I was looking for a full-time master's in order to expand my knowledge because I was quite disappointed in the different topics that were my previous master. And I wanted to do a deep dive into fintech in order to set myself apart on the job market in Belgium or anywhere in the world. And so I started looking around online, and I found quite 4 to 5 universities who offered a similar program. But I was lucky enough to get the Diversity Contribution Scholarship at HKBU, which was really nice. Thank you for that. And on the right, you can see a picture of the HKBU main building. So why Hong Kong? Hong Kong is one of the leading financial hubs and technology hubs in the world. And personally, I never traveled to Asia. So I wanted to step out of my comfort zone and move abroad. And also I knew that Hong Kong was quite famous for all its different types of foods, which you can see some nice pictures of. So my study journey, I started off applying in February 2021 while I was still in my first master's degree. I received the admission and the scholarship confirmation April 2021, and I graduated in June 2021. So I left to Hong Kong just as as Bella said earlier, during COVID, and I had to do 2 weeks of quarantine, which is really unpleasant. And I also had my first experience with chicken feet in that hotel. So people who live in Hong Kong might know about this. And I hope you guys know about it too soon. Apologies, there's my presentation is lagging a bit. Here we go. So as I said, I did a master's in fintech and financial analytics. Maybe a bit more from the practical side for your information, because I knew there were some questions I wanted to know too. So I had 4 days a week classes from 8 to 10 p.m., which in my opinion is perfect because you can go out and discover Hong Kong and go hike, do some visits, and still have enough time to study and do your class group works. On there's also a lot of extracurricular activities that HKBU offers. So me, for example, I joined the HKBU rugby team, which is a cool way to meet new people, and I'm sure there's a lot of other options for you to choose. And also, for example, I met the Belgian Consul General at HKBU, and I participated in Hong Kong FinTech Week. All fun examples that get offered at HKBU for you. Continuing on. So maybe to compare a bit my experience in Belgium and at HKBU, because it's completely different, the way of teaching. So in Belgium, there's no mandatory attendance and there's practically no group assignments, and the final grade is based on a final exam. Whereas at HKBU, the final grade is based on a combination of group assignments, midterm exams, and a final exam, which in my opinion is a great way to foster collaborative ways of learning and interacting with people from different backgrounds. Not only do you have the academic knowledge with it, but you also get to meet a lot of new people with different backgrounds, and which is also really interesting. Yeah, so the master in fintech really greatly improved my employability, in my opinion. So it provided me with the knowledge to target industry-specific job opportunities and differentiate myself on the job market, especially in Belgium, where everybody has a university degree. It's important to set yourself apart. And a master's abroad is always a good plus on any CV. So right now, as I said before, I'm working at PwC Belgium, in which I applied for around February 2022, during my studies actually at HKBU. They offered me a contract in around a month after, which is really uncommon in Belgium, because normally people only get a job after that they graduate, not during. And it also, like, the fintech masters was really an important building stone for my career right now and my career in the future. So maybe to finish up real quick, some key takeaways and advice. If you do join HKBU, please do talk and engage with your fellow students and the professors, because there's always something to learn from other people too. Do participate in activities on or off campus. Go hiking, join a club, do something with your free time that still involves the university, and just discover the city and the beautiful nature of Hong Kong, and just relax and enjoy the ride. That's all I could say. Thank you very much for listening. And if you do have any more questions, specific questions about the masters or living in Hong Kong, you can always add me on LinkedIn and ask me some questions there. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And actually, just before starting the webinar, you mentioned that you once attended a similar event when you asked more questions. So really, we want to encourage all of you to write any sort of question, because this is kind of one of a kind, having the opportunity to interact with students that enrolled into this university and embarked into this adventure. So if you have any sort of question, Docsity is really the right time and place to ask any sort of question. And we actually started to receive some question that we're going to go through together later. So thank you so much, Peter, for sharing this with the audience today.
Thank
you. We actually will ask you later to stay with us and help us answering some of the questions. Thank you. I can see that Paula is already connected. And hi, Paula. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. So before actually leaving you the floor, I wanted to share a very brief video that is kind of giving us some idea of what was your experience at HKBU. So let me just share the video with the audience today, and then we'll resume back to listen to your experience.
studied Chinese language in mainland China. I went back to Europe for my undergrads. Then I really wanted to return to Asia for my master's because I really enjoyed my first experience in Asia. I saw that HKBU School of Business offers the MSc in Business Management, and that would be a great opportunity for me to further my career and also return to Asia. What really caught my eye at HKBU School of Business was the triple accreditation, the ranking, and for sure the scholarship opportunities for international students. They offer a lot of possibilities for teamwork, but also individual assignments, team presentations, and reports. I took a marketing course and the professor made it really interesting for me, and I'm actually considering a career in marketing. I did rowing top sport in Germany and in the Netherlands, and when I came to HKBU I saw that they also have a rowing club, so I joined, and it's actually a really nice opportunity to meet different people, especially Cantonese students, to be outside and to exercise together. I'm currently doing an internship in operational research. The career service section at HKBU School of Business helped me, especially in preparing my CV and cover letters, but also for the preparation for interviews. I think I wouldn't have gotten the internship without their help. Hi, I'm Paula, I'm from Germany, and I'm studying the MSc in Business Management at HKBU School of Business.
Great, thank you, Paula. Leave you the floor. Thanks for this video and looking forward to hearing your experience.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Let me just quickly share my screen with you. Yeah, what I can already say is that this marketing career didn't really happen. I'm an account manager at an Italian accounting firm now. So I'm doing accounting and taxation mostly. So it's the complete opposite of marketing, but I also like it, so it's okay. Yes, so hello everyone. I'm just gonna give you a quick overview of my postgraduate study journey after HKBU and about my experience in my master degree in HKBU. I graduated in 2022. So this quick agenda we can skip. I skipped this. So basically after I graduated from high school in Germany, I moved to China, to Guangzhou, to study Chinese language, and I basically stayed for 2 years. Then I continue my undergrad studies in the Netherlands at Maastricht University, graduated in 2022. I did some internships abroad, and then I was thinking, what should I do next? The options were stay in the Netherlands. Here you can see Maastricht on the left and Hong Kong on the right. Stay in the Netherlands where there's 90,000 people in the city, or move to Hong Kong for the great adventure. I pick Hong Kong. I did the master in business management with the diversity contribution scholarship, graduated in 2023. And I started as a business trainee at the German Industry and Commerce, which is the business branch of the German Chamber of Commerce here in Hong Kong. And for the past 3 weeks, yes, I'm a junior account manager at Monks, an Italian accounting company. So why did I pick Hong Kong, right? Well, sorry. Why did I pick Hong Kong? So as I already said, I was in China. I was studying in China before. The borders were closed during COVID. This was basically my closest option to coming to China. I had actually friends that recommended the program to me. They graduated in 2019 and they said it was a great opportunity for them. They all found jobs and told me about the teaching method, a lot of things that just convinced me. Also, Hong Kong seems like a very international city. And of course, the adventure, right? Who doesn't want to go on beautiful hikes and live in such a great city? So what are my expectations? What were my expectations for coming to HKBU? Of course, coming from a Dutch university, I did a research bachelor in European studies, which is basically politics and economics. My expectations were a lot of group work, focus on presentations, and of course, a diverse study environment and a lot of network opportunities. So there was basically everything that I think the Netherlands didn't set a focus on, I wanted to experience in my master's. How did the MSc-BM program transfer me into a business professional? So actually all of my expectation got fulfilled. So first I want to tell you a little bit about the teaching method. So there's a lot of presentations, as you can see in the left picture. Basically every class, the exam of every class is a presentation, could be a group presentation, could be an individual presentation. The grades consist of different assignments. So it's not only one exam that you're going to take in the end of the course, but it's also your participation, it's a group project, it's individual assignments, group assignments. There's basically open-end, whatever the course needs you to do. Then here, this was my highlight of my HKBU journey. In MSc-BM, you have a business field trip, and my class went to Bangkok. The other options were Germany and France. I went to Bangkok and we learned about how the Thailand government recovered from COVID. So about the post-COVID tourism in Thailand. We had lovely activities for a week. It's a sponsored trip for scholarship students. So I learned a lot. We learned a lot about the advantages and disadvantages of the Thai approach towards COVID. Was a good time to also get to know my classmates better. Then one of my favorite things, as you already seen in the videos, the career service. They basically help you to create your CV, which looks a little bit different from what my CV looked like from like European perspective. They have these free seminars on application processes. I also study a lot with the assessment center software. They give free access to this software. It's like a software where you do all these assessment quizzes for big companies. And of course, networking events, where we met a lot of interesting people. We met old classmates, people that graduated from BU before. And it's just a good opportunity to learn what other people did with their career after studying at HKBU. Some of my most memorable experiences and diversity of HKBU include the activities organized by the Hive. I was the vice president for event management at the Hive. We organized hikes, a Halloween party, Christmas party. Here's some pictures. You can see a hike. We went to see the Christmas market, my friend's graduation. And this is my special shout out for HKBU Rowing Club. I did top sport in Germany, so it was especially important for me to do some sports when I'm in Hong Kong. And what I really like about HKBU Rowing Club is that most of the people are actually Cantonese. So in uni, I had a lot of friends from mainland China, a lot of friends from other countries in Europe or from Africa, Kazakhstan. But what I was lacking was like Cantonese friends. So with the HKBU Rowing Club, we train a lot. We had lunch in the week. And yeah, they basically my Cantonese friend circle, and I still hang out with them. Some of them came to Germany to visit me in summer. So it's actually a really nice friend group. And I learned a lot about Cantonese culture and learned some Cantonese sentence when I was hanging out with them. So this is my last point. Why did I choose to stay in Hong Kong after graduation? I cannot tell you, but like there's something about the city that really makes you want to stay here. I had the opportunity to be a trainee at the German Chamber of Commerce, where I stayed for half a year, then finding a new job. And I mean, it's an amazing city, so there's always something you can do, and there's a lot of opportunities for everyone. Yeah, the Q&A we do later, but feel free to reach out to me. There's some Weixin email address or my LinkedIn. And also there's another link I want to share, is this one. because me and some other students, we gave some interviews during our studies, and you can basically find them under this link. We can also share with you later in the Q&A box, and there's also some question answered. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Paula. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. Sounds great. And also I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Peter and Bella. And questions are arriving, which is great. And I'll leave the floor to the professor. So we actually described you a little bit what it's like to be a student at HKBU. So you got the sort of vibe, what it to be a student in such an international environment, a lot of activities. Now the professor will give us more an overview of the programs, scholarships, because we already started to receive some question about this, so the professor will be able to give us some details. Professor, I leave you the floor and look forward to receiving all the students' questions.
Thank you. Well, greetings, everybody. Thank you to Federica, and particular thanks to Bella, Peter, and Paula, our alumni from 3 different programs, as Federica said, giving you their experiences of studying in our School of Business. Looking at what our 3 alumni have talked about, I found that there's a common theme, actually, across the 3 alumni speakers. That theme is the importance of getting out of the classroom when you come to Hong Kong. Now, I know that's really strange for a professor to say, get out of the classroom, but that is a really important for your Hong Kong experience. When you come here, certainly you need to go to classes and pass your courses, but perhaps the most important learning will happen outside the classroom. So I would encourage you to get out of your bubbles if you come here, okay? Get out of your bubbles, mix with other nationalities, something that Paula talked about, particularly mixing with our Cantonese students. Get out into the Hong Kong business community, get out into nature, go hiking, get out and play sports and join some student clubs, okay? So we welcome you here, we will bring you into our classroom, and then we will encourage you to get out, okay? So let me share my screen. I'm going to talk about briefly Hong Kong, but frankly, our 3 alumni have already talked about the Hong Kong experience, but I'm going to talk more about the School of Business and HKBU, what we stand for, okay? Right. Well, that's the wrong screen, isn't it? Wait a minute.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, can you see that?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so the first thing I'd like to say is that HKBU, Hong Kong Baptist University, we've got that word Baptist in our name, but we are not a Christian university. Well, we're not an unchristian university either, but we welcome all religious beliefs and we welcome no beliefs also. We are a publicly funded university in Hong Kong, but we do have a Christian history, and that's why you see the word Baptist in our name. We're very proud of that history, but I just want to make it clear that we welcome all religions and denominations and no beliefs to the university. So Hong Kong, well, I think our students have really, our alumni have really said enough about this, but it really is a place where East meets West. So Westerners come here to meet people from the East, and Easterners come here and are here to meet people from the West. We are a thriving place for startups and entrepreneurships, entrepreneurial activity. As I think Paula mentioned, if you graduate from our master's program, you get a visa to stay here for 2 years after graduation, where you can do what you want. You may start up a business, you may apply for jobs in an organization, or you can do nothing. But you get a 2-year visa after graduating from our programs. Now, when you think about Hong Kong, well, if you look on a map, you can't find Hong Kong, okay? It's too small, it's tiny. And our first speaker, Bella, was talking about living in Hong Kong, and she was kind of laughing, talking about and we saw a picture of her apartment. That apartment looked quite big, Bella, frankly, but Bella was kind of laughing about apartment sizes in Hong Kong are very small. And I must make that clear to you as international students that Hong Kong is tiny. Every square foot counts in Hong Kong, okay? Including the square feet in your apartment. So in Hong Kong, you see a lot of skyscrapers, and in your apartment, you need many skyscrapers, okay? You store things going up. Am I right? Paula, looking at me. You store things going up in your apartment, not going laterally, because laterally takes up too many square feet. So my point is, we have small spaces in Hong Kong, and you must prepare yourself for that psychologically. Nevertheless, a lot of people don't realize that more than half of Hong Kong is green. Okay? More than half of Hong Kong is devoted to parks and hiking trails. So, and I think Peter said, you know, get out in nature. Certainly nature is on the doorstep. I look out my window now and I can see hiking trails. I can go hiking 30 minutes from here. I can be hiking up Lion Rock Mountain. So certainly you should get out. Increasingly in Hong Kong, we are attracting tourists, not just for shopping, but for nature, believe it or not, which is kind of an interesting repositioning of Hong Kong as a global city. Come and see our nature, okay? So Hong Kong Business University, we are a publicly funded university. Now, in many countries, the private universities are higher quality than the public universities. In Hong Kong, it's the opposite. The publicly funded universities, if I may say so, are higher quality, okay? And we are one of those publicly funded universities. We are high quality because the government gives us good funding. I shouldn't say that too loudly because they might take some funding back, but we get very generous funding from the government. Well, actually, governments don't have money, okay? We get very generous funding from the Hong Kong taxpayers. And we have an obligation to use that money wisely. So the quality of education at a publicly funded university such as ours is very good. We're a liberal arts university. What does that mean? You know, if you ask 10 people, what is a liberal arts university, you'll get 10 different definitions of a liberal arts university. But I see two dimensions to this liberal arts thing. Firstly, we prepare students not just for the first job, but for life. Okay, so not just for the first job, but for life. And we are here for your lives as well. So after you graduate, we don't cut ties with you. The university, the school, and our alumni will stay connected with you throughout your career journey. So we're looking at lifelong learning. I think of our graduates as ticking 4 boxes, okay? They are knowledgeable, but the problem with knowledge is that it quickly becomes outdated, okay? And a lot of knowledge, you can find it on Google or ChatGPT. So besides the knowledge, our graduates are skillful also, skillful. Knowledgeable, skillful, ethical, and global in their mindset. Knowledgeable, skillful, ethical, and global. Okay, those are the 4 dimensions I think of. So that's the university. Now, the School of Business, we're a leader in whole person business education. Now, this idea of whole person education sounds a bit bizarre because no employer wants half a person, right? But we emphasize whole person education. We were the pioneers in Hong Kong establishing whole person education. As I said, we want our graduates to be knowledgeable and skillful, ethical, and global, okay? And we are a center of excellence in business research in selected areas. Why selected areas? Why not all areas? Because we are a relatively small business school by world standards. We have around roughly 3,000 students in the School of Business, about 2,000 undergrad, 1,000 master's students. So we're relatively small. I think we've got 150 faculty. So we focus our research in particular areas. They are corporate sustainability. So that's where that ethical thing comes through. Corporate sustainability, fintech, and data analytics. And we've got a growing interest in entrepreneurship as well. So nurturing ethical leaders, not followers. Our students, we don't want them to be followers. We want them to be leaders. Okay, groundbreakers, leading edge, and with that global vision. We work very hard on this global vision aspect. International students such as yourself are one part of that global vision, but also our research and our curriculum and our general culture in the school of internationalization is important, and globalization. You know, one of your questions, you will ask me later, how do I get a scholarship? Okay. How to get a scholarship. Of course, there are some hygiene factors such as your GPA from your undergraduate studies, your IELTS score, and also the interview. We will interview scholarship applicants as well. And one of the important things we look for is what you can bring to the classroom. Okay. And how can your classmates benefit from having you in the classroom? How can your classmates benefit from having you in the classroom? Otherwise, why are we giving you a scholarship? Why are we giving you a scholarship? We're giving you a scholarship. It's good for you, of course, but we want you to be good for our students as well. We want you and our students integrating and learning from your differences. So think about that. If you get the chance to have an interview for a scholarship, be prepared. We will ask you, what are you going to bring to the classroom? What can you contribute to the diverse mix in our classrooms? We are a triple accredited business school. Now, you may think that's very boring. You may not even know what that means. Let me tell you what this means. We are accredited by AACSB in the US, AMBER in the UK, and EQUIS in Europe. These accreditations mean that we have hit international benchmarks. Now, these accreditations, you don't just get an accreditation, then these people go away and forget about us. They come back every 4 years to review us again and re-accredit us. So we've gone through the initial accreditations and the re-accreditations over the past 10 to 12 years. Why is that important? Let me tell you why that's important. As an international student, firstly, as I said, you can't find Hong Kong on the map. Okay. Secondly, you probably don't know who is Hong Kong Baptist University until tonight. And let's be honest, we are not there in the top 50. You know, when you ask people to recall top universities in the world, you will not say HKBU, right? We are lower down the ranking, and as a consequence, you need some quality assurance, right? You're going to invest your time and money in us. You need quality assurance. This triple accreditation gives you that quality assurance. This triple accreditation means that we have hit those international benchmarks in terms of our participants, in terms of our strategy, and in terms of our curriculum and learning outcomes. So these are very important. We're the only business school in Hong Kong, the only one to have this triple accreditation. So it's not just a differentiator, it's a big deal practically as well. Some other facts about the School of Business. We're the oldest business school in Hong Kong. Well, is that good? I think it's good. We're old, but, well, we're not old by European standards, but by Hong Kong standards, that's old, okay? That's older than me, so that's very old. 1956, the business school was established. And we have an alumni of more than 25,000 graduates, 3 of whom are with us tonight. These alumni, you know, many of them are active, and we've done our research. We know what's important to people applying to our school. We know what you are thinking about. Number one is employability. We know that. Employability rankings and accreditations. Employability is number one. And our alumni are eager to help you step into the job market, whether that's in Hong Kong or overseas. Some other rankings information there as well, just to show you that we are hitting international benchmark. I think the accreditations is more important than the rankings. Okay, these rankings, they change their criteria from time to time, and new universities are joining every year. More important than the number ranking is the percentile, okay? So our university is in the top 20% of universities in the world. We're in the top 20%, which is more important than the numerical ranking as such. We have a lot of partners. We screen these partners very, very carefully because people judge us, and just like you, okay? People judge you by the company that you keep. People judge our school by the company that we keep as well. So we choose our partners carefully because people will judge us on those partners, but also because, you know, we might be sending you to those partners for a summer program or double degree program or whatever. And of course, we have inbound students coming from our partners as well. So it's important pedagogically and strategically to select quality partners. So internationalization is in our school's DNA. I keep telling my staff, two are here tonight, Alison and Cliff, out of our team of 4 staff, administrative support in the school to support global engagement. I keep telling them, you know, turn off your phones, stop being 24 hours on WhatsApp, but they keep doing it. And they give a lot of support to international students, from, you know, inquiries to application, to arriving in Hong Kong, to settling into Hong Kong in terms of, you know, housing and other things, then through your studies, then your graduation, then career support. So the whole journey from start, and there's no real end to the journey because it's lifelong learning, but your whole journey is supported by my colleagues and the School of Business. Diversity is really important because you learn from differences. Said that earlier. And I really like what Paula said about the rowing club, Paula, and how you got to know Cantonese people. Because what often happens with international students, they come to Hong Kong and they hang out with their own nationality, or they hang out with other international students. So we don't want you just mixing with other international students. We want you mixing with the local students as well. Otherwise, why come to Hong Kong, right? You know, I mean, Peter talked about the delicious food. That's quite correct, Peter. And food is an important indicator of culture, but it's really the people. You want to be mixing with those Hong Kong and mainland Chinese people when you are here. Sports clubs are a good way to do that. These are the programs that we offer, 10 of them at the moment, 10 one-year full-time master's programs that international students can apply for. And these 10 programs are open for scholarships, which I'm now going to finish off talking about. Scholarships galore. I'm not sure about that word galore. Galore kind of means everyone's a winner, okay? Not everyone is a winner. Simply applying for a scholarship doesn't mean you're going to get a scholarship. Our scholarships are merit-based scholarships, and they are competitive, and they are evaluated on an ongoing basis. As the applications come in, we make decisions. So you need to apply sooner rather than later for a scholarship. Apply sooner rather than later. Don't wait to the end because all the scholarships may be gone. 3 main scholarships. First one is called IPS, our International Postgraduate Scholarship. Full tuition fee waiver plus a living allowance of around 12,000, 13,000 US dollars. We think that around 13,000 US dollars is what you need to live in Hong Kong reasonably, okay, in a tiny, tiny apartment, but a reasonably comfortable life, but nowhere to swing things around, okay? And this scholarship is so generous. I don't know if years from now we'll be offering this scholarship, but it's here now. We are offering it this year. So if you're interested, don't delay until next year or the year after. I would suggest you apply now. Second scholarship is the Diversity Contribution Scholarship, which doesn't have the living allowance, but it does have full tuition fee waiver, and then, or maybe half tuition fee waiver. And lastly, are some one-off entrance awards of a few $1,000s. So it's really, you know, the hierarchy is really the IPS is the flagship, the first one, then second is diversity, then some one-off awards. That's it. Thank you, Federica. Thanks again to our alumni for their great presentations. And thank you to you, the audience, for listening. I'll hang around for the Q&A.
Right, so thank you so much, Professor. And I think this also clarifies some of the questions that we received while you were presenting about scholarships. One of the questions that we actually received, because I mean, we are all talking about all of these beautiful alumni that landed into very interesting jobs. So how basically HKBU supported you? So one of the questions that our audience had tonight was like if HKBU provides any sort of career support, and if so, what sort of support was offered, and if actually helped in you landing in the position you are now, or even like approaching the first job. I could see Peter and Paula nodding. I don't know if one of you would like to start. Maybe Paula, leave you the floor, and then Peter.
So right from the beginning of my time at HKBU, I signed up for this career ignition program from the career service. They basically help you to organize your CV in Hong Kong style. They continuously send out emails with job offers and links for graduate programs. And the application for graduate programs, they usually start in the first semester or the second semester. So they help me to basically study for these admission tests, right? We get the admission test center for all these assessment centers the big companies have. And another thing that I think I personally profited a lot from is the networking. So there's a lot of networking opportunities. One thing I forgot to mention actually is that also the mentor program. So I joined 2 mentor programs, and I'm still in contact with my mentors. I meet them once every half a year, and we just talk about jobs and how I best apply to the open positions, or what can I improve on, and yeah, what already goes very well. So that is one thing that I really like about BU, because that's actually how I find my jobs, with networking. So helped me a lot.
Thank you, Paul. I don't know if Peter or Bella had anything to add, also the professor, if anything.
Well, no, I think Paula covered it pretty good, actually. I also did the CV building workshops, so to say, and indeed, there's a lot of emails being sent to you about job offers. Mostly, actually, it was really funny for PwC Hong Kong, which I did not end up going to, but to PwC Belgium. Also, the reason for that was actually that during COVID, it was better for me to go back home. Otherwise, I would have stayed and looked for a job in Hong Kong. But yeah, no, it's really stood out on my CV. That's was one of the things they mentioned during my intake, that they were really eager to take me on because my profile is pretty diverse and pretty strong due to the masters in Hong Kong, actually.
Great, thank you. My question is about the experience. So you mentioned about clubs that you joined and the diversity of the students that you actually got in contact with. But is there any experience that you'd like to share with us about staying in Hong Kong and studying in Hong Kong at HKBU? Anything that you want to share with our students tonight? I know this a lot has
Can I
been
say something?
said. Yeah,
I think Paula said, I think it was Paula, you said Hong Kong is addictive. Well, I think you said Hong Kong, something is addictive about Hong Kong. Yeah, okay, I've been here for 27 years. Enough said.
No, but to piggyback on that, indeed, so I was in Hong Kong like 2 years ago, and I just came back just to pick up my diploma, and I was really eager to go back, actually. So I get to the addictive part from it. I really wanted to go back, and when I was there last month, I felt really good. It was a lot of nostalgia and a lot of things like, oh, this didn't change, or this changed, and the general vibe, although it was during COVID, so I'd say less people during COVID than now, so it was quite busy, which surprised me a bit, but for the rest, it was so much fun. And in general, like specific experience, I think the experience in all of just going there, discovering and doing your full-time masters there is a very unique experience on itself.
One question we receive, I know you already typed some answers, is about how did you approach the fact of doing everything online? So, for example, you probably haven't met, let's say, the people that were dealing with admission, the campus, how it worked for you. Who did you get in contact? Any sort of advice that you can give to students that might considering HKBU School of Business, but might be wanting also, some personal approach before applying or moving? I think, Bella, you answered and you said that you did everything online. If there is any sort of advice that you feel like giving to the students.
Yeah, I think when I did my interview, it gives me a sense of how the faculty is, how the lectures are, And it's enough for me to see pictures as well, especially you talking with us right now. We are the real examples of how life is at HKBU. I think there's nothing to worry about. It's just whether you actually think it's the right next step for your move or not. So the question is back on you, whether you think it's the right step for your career or your journey. But there's nothing to worry. It's a legit university. Professor George has talked about it. We've told you how exciting it is. It's back on you.
Perfect. We're coming towards the end, but I mean, a lot of questions actually been answered, and I'd like also to thank Alison and Clay that have been answering questions via the chat. I wanted to ask the professor if there was anything else that you wanted to add, any sort of advice or information that might be useful to remember to our students for today.
Can I just add on what Bella just talked about, actually, and that is, earlier I said that we are a liberal arts university, a research-led liberal arts university, and that means we don't just look at the first job, we look at your lifetime, etc. But there's another aspect of being a liberal arts university as well, and that is that the classic liberal arts universities, they treasure student-faculty interaction. Okay, they treasure student and faculty interaction. So you know, some universities, they put research first, research second, research third, and the students are maybe fourth or further down the list, okay? That's not the case at our university. Colleagues, my faculty colleagues, they take teaching very seriously. They're very happy when our students are succeeding, and they're very disappointed if our students are not succeeding. And they do something about that. So I think there's that closeness between the faculty and the students. We are not people who are unapproachable. We're very much approachable. And here for our students. Yeah.
And I mean,
we know also, by the way, Federica, we know from experience that our international student, everyone is unique. And every one of those international students, you know, they're homesick, they have their own religious beliefs, they have their own cultures, halal food. We know all about this kind of stuff. And we do our best to adjust for every individual student needs. We don't just see a lump or group of international students. We see individuals in that group and that diversity.
Absolutely. Let me also add on the fact that, you know, you guys organized this and you put together those three great students that they were so excited to jump on board and share their experience, which is not common. And I really like to thank you all for being here. And I also wanted to share before closing our section, I can see actually Cliff just posted. So there is an email address. So we will be following up with all of you connected tonight. We will be sharing with you the recording of the event. Also, we will be sharing you some relevant link to put through application to get in contact. Cliff just shared with you an email address. So in case you have any further question, please share. And before closing the session, if also Bella wanted to go on screen, because Paula was like, this is such a great opportunity, let's take a picture, all of us. Unfortunately, we won't be able to take it with all of you connected. We wish we could actually be able to see each and every of you, but it was great to receive all of your questions, and we really hope that these helped in answering some of the questions that you might have. So I just want to take a screen of all of us before just closing for the session tonight. Perfect. So thank you all. Thanks for HKBU School of Business for being partner in such a great event. Thanks for each and every of you, Peter, Paula, Bella, for sharing your experience, the professor, and also Alison and Cliff, because you were such a great help answering all the questions into the chat. So we will be following up with you via email, so you'll be able to hear more about the amazing programs and opportunities. And we look forward to seeing you soon at the next live event. And I hope you get to see our panelists in person if you decide to move to Hong Kong and embark on a journey in HKBU. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much.